It's Ronnie, and welcome to Kristy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Round 18. And in this month-long series, we will be using sketches every day as our inspiration to create a layout. And this is today's layout, and it is by Eve McNie, and I did pretty good on it. I like to look at them and do like the telephone thing, and not look again and see what I remember. But I'm using some old Easter stuff. I think that there is Karen Foster, and it's Pinch Pins. It's been a while since they've been around. And I pulled some stuff from a paper pad. I'm going to fussy cut those flowers right there out. And this is a border one from the paper pad. And I'm going to use a couple of things there. And then some strips too, and that punch laying to the side. I pull out a couple of things from the sticker sheet, and I made myself a template and traced it and made 3 of these. And yeah, and here's my border, and I'm showing the punch, and it makes a beautiful cut. But it's got the holes, so I will be covering them up in the back. And the reason is because it's going to be laying on top of this piece. And see those little polka dots? Some of them would have white. Some of them will have a partial little confetti thing there. And so I decided to make it all pink instead. And this one here, I didn't want the whole thing, and so I cut out the tab part. Then I realized that it was at an angle, so I had to make it straight to use it on my layout. And then I decided I wanted pink behind it, so I added some pink behind it. Since the picture has my granddaughter Hope in it, I thought I'd add some pink because she does like pink. Even though I am using some blue on here, she does like pink. And see how it looks so much better with something behind the holes? And well, y'all didn't see how it looked before, did you? But it does. It does look better. And I'm putting it down, and then I'm putting my little tab down. And like I said, I had to make it straight and the pink straight so that it go right above that. And I'm still going to add to it though. I decided that I needed a little more of this pink. So I'm just going to do a thin strip and add it. Well, that border with the punch part just looked a little too wide. So I'm adding it to it and just put it about center. And it is wider than that other part because, part of it's covered up. But yeah, it is wider. And then later I'm going to notice laying over there the off fall from the punch that I used. And I'm going to add it to that. If you look on the layout, it's got like all kinds of stuff there. And it does have the title above all that border stuff. But since I seen the Easter Bunny on the border strips, I had to use that instead. Now, this is supposed to be centered, but y'all know I like off center better anyway. And I started to put it there, and my tab was in the way, so I like it better to the right even than it was to the center. There is mixed media on the layout, and I did notice that, and I did think about it, but I didn't really want to put it on my yellow cardstock that is chiffon. I bought it just for layouts that I wanted something besides white. I did pull out white first, and then I remembered it and decided to use it. And here's my pinch pen. It's got a Polaroid on the sketch, and I did not want to cut off part of my picture, cover up part of my picture making a Polaroid. So I decided to add that piece of paper behind it, and I framed it the same way I did the photo and added my pinch pen to my photo instead of the piece behind it because there's like a rust colored thing in the, I guess, hanging from the ceiling. And so I covered it up with the pinch pen, then I add a little foam tape because I didn't want it to move and scratch up the photo. And, it could happen over the years. And so I put the foam tape under there just to help hold it still. And here's that strip that was off fall from my punch when I made the border there. And I'm just going to go along the bottom with it. Big reason I added it, I thought, well, it'll look cute down there. And two, it's so little and skinny, and I thought it'd probably just get wrinkled up with all the bigger, heavier papers. So I said, just put it on layout so it get used. I fussy cut out several things. I cut, that big bunny's from the sticker sheet, and I cut the white off it. And then there was this, you see that little sign that I covered in blue? It has the same little cluster that I have bigger there, and I wanted bigger. So I'm going to cover the other one up with it because it went better with the bunny, and add the bunny. And then I fussy cut out a couple of I think they're lambs. I'd hate to say it after my flamingo disaster the other day. I hate to say it, but I did. That flamingo, yeah, it was an ostrich. It was pink, but I hate to say it. It was like 3 weeks before then that I actually done the layout. And I guess I just wasn't paying attention until I watched it back after I uploaded it to YouTube and make sure there weren't no glitches. Because every now and then, maybe no sound or something. I laughed out loud when I seen it was ostrich and just heard myself say flamingo right before then. Um, oh, I fussy cut out a bunch of eggs too, and I'm thinking it might have been photoplay paper, and so I'm adding them along that border there too. And that's the first lamb, and I thought I'd put a flower in her hair. And then on the other one, I am gonna put a flower too, but I cut two of the petals off on it. So I am gonna put it on the front on the chest so it looks like a bow tie. Although watching this video back, I'm not sure how much it looks like a bow tie or not. It just kind of looks like a spot there. I think I should have picked a bigger flower to do it with. It is a bit on the small side. But yeah, I'm going to add him there. And yeah, that's the one that's going to be the boy. And here I'm getting that, I think I'm getting the tiny flower. Maybe not. Maybe it's an egg. Surely I'm getting it next. No, I guess not. But when you see this little spot show up there, that is a tiny flower with only 2 petals. Yeah, there it is. And it's so tiny I had a hard time putting it on there so I had to get the tweezers. But I had to hit the spot. And I love, love, love that glue press gun thingy. But I had to slowly learn not to squeeze hardly at all. I mean, you barely touch it and you've got glue. And so, yeah, it is awesome. In case y'all thought about getting it, I only thought about it almost 2 years. I mean, it was a while. This is the flowers that I fussy cut out of that one sheet, and I'm just going to scatter them around. And then I'll get to thinking about the mixed media there, and I thought, well, I need to add a little more of something. And so I will be adding some sequins. Yep, a bit of sparkle and shine on here. But yeah, that's a picture of my granddaughter at school, and that's the Easter Bunny and some of her best buds. And, in fact, 2 of them live really close to her and ride the same bus, too. And there's my sequins, and those are Prima. And they are so sparkly and pretty. They're kind of like the ones from Spiegelman Scraps. Those are always so shiny and pretty. But I've had them a very long time. And they came in a huge bag. And I gave a bunch away to friends in little little Happy Meal things, and still have quite a few. I still think they'll last me a while. And some are flowers, and so they're a little more dimensional. So I try to put them in places that uh, have other things there so they don't seem like they're up quite as high. And then put the less dimensional ones in other places, or, all by themselves somewhere. I don't think I scattered any way out there though on this. But while I'm doing that, I want to mention the playlist down there below. And uh, lots of inspiration, especially by the end of the month. This is the first day. And I did look at the playlist before I started my video. And I think there was already like 30 or 40 on there. So there's going to be lots and lots of videos for you to watch. And that's it. That's the end of my layout. Cute sketch that Eve made, and it took me a few minutes to decide what photo I wanted to use with it, but I ran across this one and wham, it was it. But yeah, there's the completed layout with the sparklies on it and everything. And you can tell a little more that I cut the 2 petals off that little flower here. Maybe you can tell. But yeah, I was making do. I was thinking, I don't have a bow here. And there, I should have maybe covered the leg up of that one bunny rabbit a little more or something, or not put that flower there. I'm not sure why I put that flower there. I just seen it. That is just too funny. And there's my little pinch pin. I'm pretty sure is what they're called. And like I said, I've had them forever. And there's my completed layout. And I had a lot of fun making it. And I want to thank you all so very, very much for joining me while I created it. And be sure to check out the playlist down there below and see what everybody else created with it. Have a happy, scrappy day. I know I have a layout for tomorrow, so instead of a week, I'm saying day, because I know for sure. Bye.